Recording in progress.
Hi, good afternoon, good evening, and good morning, wherever you are. I warmly welcome to all people on Zoom audience as well, and also Facebook and YouTube as well. So I warmly welcome everyone. So we are learning and discussing and helping ourselves in very important topic of assisting healing. Um, we started this series 2 weeks ago, and this is a part of our life coaching platform where we help and leverage the different people in different way. And this online lifelong study circle help you to fill those gaps which remain unfulfilled. Our teachers, our parents, our society, they didn't teach about us, even though there are more important things in our life. So now, because we are grown up, we are in adult age, in older age of our life. So we need to learn ourselves. We need to um, empower ourselves to by learning, by feeling, um, and by knowing the highest studies and teachings in our those things which remain unfulfilled. Um, those topics are related with spirituality, philosophy, um, science, sometimes religion, sociology. So there are a lot of dimension and subject which are linked with this. So, um, but I have picked one of the subject which is related with spirituality and the medical science as well in terms of healing. So that healing is also our physiological healing and also our mental healing. Physiological healing means if we have a diseases like we have brain hemorrhage or threat or potential brain hemorrhage or heart attack or stroke, or we have some syndrome, we are diabetic, we have high blood pressure, or we prone to go in some physical illness, or we are already ill. um, the mental illnesses are related with more important depression, anxiety, um, some disorder in the and poor mental thinking, negative thoughts, and more important related with fear, uh, because the mind mostly attack you from the fear side, which is a future side. Something negative will happen in your life, so mind will capture you and will put a lot of blockage in your mind mental thinking. So from that we need healing. We need a proper way and understanding that how I will empower myself through knowledge, through meditation, through wisdom, uh, and through consulting highest teacher who are already expert in that field. And that expertise we will apply in our life, and so that we can have clarity, we don't have any blocks in life, we can achieve whatever we want to achieve, we can um, we can set the pattern of success in our life. So that all things we will be reading in sequential way, in step by step way. So healing and recovery is our topic of uh, new study series. Okay, so that healing also, like I mentioned last time as well, a lot of prophets in different religion they came, and their one of the mantra or the expertise is to heal the people through spirituality. Uh, Prophet Muhammad, he used to teach, and he used to heal. Jesus Christ, he was amazing, miraculous man, and he used to transfer these miracles through his method of healing mental illnesses and, more important, physical illnesses. We refer usually as a miracles. So, um, I mean, this subject, this subject which we talking about, we are going to learn, is related with this so important healing. Okay, um, so let's start our today's further extended class. Um, just I want to recap what we did last week. That we study mind over body. Um, we learned actually this mantra, this spiritual mantra, that I don't believe in any of these things. I am not subject to them. So this is a conviction. This is the um, accepted mantra of my mind, which I am blocking. I am putting a resistance to any negative thought, which my society is telling me you will be victim of that, and you are prone to do that. But I'm stopping them. I'm stuck. Hey, wait! I don't believe any of this nonsense you are teaching me. Okay, I'm not subject to it, what you want to project in me. Whether you are my parent, whether you are my teacher, whether you are a television, a movie, or you are a newspaper, or you are my friend or family, I don't believe. I'm blocking you. So, this blocking is basically helping myself to avoid toxicity, to avoid uh, these toxic words, labels, diseases, illnesses, to be feel myself to become a victim. So I have this big mantra. I don't believe in those things. I'm not subject to become a mental ill person. I'm not subject to become a failure person. I'm not subject to become a patient of heart disease or stroke disease. This is you. You are projecting me. Okay. I am beyond from this. Okay. I'm a spiritual being. Okay. I don't want to take your programming, which you did from my childhood, which you did from my uh, when I was student, which you did when even when my mother was pregnant and I was in the belly of my mother. You prone to program negatively to me, because the moment I born, you start to bang with these diseases, these illnesses, and when I start to grow up, then these diseases start to clutches me, to chain me, to cover me, occupy me. Okay. And now, because I have grown up, now I'm ready to wait for the heart attack. I'm waiting for some cancer. I'm waiting for my some stroke or some other diseases, because you programmed me negatively. So the session which we are going to do and we are doing is helping myself to program, to reprogram myself, so that these all negative thoughts and labels should not control me. Okay. And that we do these things through study. So I have selected couple of paragraphs from this book. If you can see this is the Healing and Recovery by Dr. David Hawkins. So some of the paragraphs, some of the lines, I will take it. You and me both will study from that book, so that we can helping ourselves to do. We also learn. Very important topic last week. If you missed it, then you can uh, go to my YouTube channel, and there is a video also there. And that is a important topic of self-fulfilling prophecy. And that self-fulfilling prophecy um, is is a open programming within our mindset, um, and that self-fulfilling prophecy refer to myself to decide, and that whether I will be doing it or not, whether I will be successful or not, or whether I will be failure. So because the self-fulfilling prophecy means whatever I will decide, I prone to make it proof that I was right. Whatever I was thinking, I was prone to make thinking that I'm wrong, and or I will become victim of. So these all things we do through self-fulfilling prophecy, and that is mentioned by um, a very famous teacher, Dr. Stephen Covey, in his book, The Seven Habits of Highly Effective People, in which he said the self-fulfilling prophecy is is a reality with people, and they, whether they decide negative things, or um, they want to be successful, whatever they decide, they start to their old circumstances, their body action, their mental thoughts, everything start to prove it that yes, this was a wrong, yes, this was a true. So this is something which we are already fed by our society. Okay, so we need to avoid it, self-fulfilling prophecy. Okay, this is the mechanism which our ego has established within ourselves, and we start to become prophet. We, whatever we say or think, we are ready to defend it. We are ready to um, I mean make it as a reality. Okay, but the reality, in fact, the ultimate reality, which is start with capital U, is not that. The capital reality is that we are not subject to these. We are only um, I mean prone to um, behave what I was fed by my society. But the real success and my happiness only depend on beyond from these things, beyond from self-fulfilling prophecy, beyond from my reactive behavior, beyond from my illnesses, beyond from my mental programming. Okay, so I need to be self-aware about that. I need to be self-conscious about these things, so that I can get maximum positive things what I have with my biological body or the mental mind, rather than I should not take the negative things from my body or negative programming from my mind. This is the purpose we need to do. So that's and this is starting of our today's class. That was a recap what we did last week, and also some of the motivation why this class or this topic is important for you. So we will start reading for this. Today is about belief system and memory. Uh, and that belief system and memory is very important, and we will read it all together. And let me start to read it for you. It's saying we will proceed from the premise that all phenomena are experienced in consciousness, and address the level of consciousness itself and it's expressed in mind. We will go to the level cause instead of the level of effect. Okay, the body is at the effect of what is in the mind. If we want to know what we are holding in mind, all we have to do is look at what is going in the body. and observe its behavior, which tells us what we believe. If we look back into our memory, that memory which we stored in our brain, we often will not able to recall that we had any such belief system, or we or that we thought it applied to us. The fact is that it is in our life tells us that it must have been somewhere in the personal and collective unconscious. So that is Dr. David Hawkins is saying that our belief system is generated, is programmed through our memory. So that memory basically remind us, oh, that thing happened in your past, and now based on that past, you need to make decisions. This is a very materialistic and non-realistic approach uh, that we need to avoid it. That our behavior is should not depend on my memory, should not depend on my programming which we had. Okay, because the memory is a packet of labels which we study in our school, from our society, which we learn from the behavior of others through, and we experience them. And after that experiential process, we store these event, these meeting, this behavior as a perception, and then that perception is stored in my mind and act as a reality. Actually, it's not, because perception cannot be reality. Perceptions are different. Your perception about one thing is different. My perception about one thing is different. So we all are 10 people watching a same thing, but we have our own perception about that thing. Okay. But so it means we may have a different perception, but there is one reality which we need to know, not the perception about things. So memory store in form of perception, and when we go ahead in our life, these perception and negative energies, it appeared in our body in form of illnesses. These unconscious mind storage appears in my mind as a illnesses, mental illnesses, and we become so humble on that time. We become so um, feel victim in later life. Why this is happening with me? Why this is all things happening with me? It should not be happen with me, and that is the thing which we need to uh, consciously aware of, that this is something, it is not for me. Okay, that belief system, I need to get rid of that belief system. So um, that is the thing which we need to aware about, what we should not believe and what should we believe. Now this belief system comes as a operative programming operative system. The most common example of this occurs in people who are allergic and say, well, I didn't have any belief in allergies. I did not bring this into my life consciously. Yet, if we go back into their childhoods, almost invariably we find that the belief system and allergies occurred very early in the life, usually at stage ages 2 or 3. The little child picks up remarks by someone in family, such as allergies run in our family. The minutes the child mind hears this by it and course believes it, it becomes an operative program. So you see that how operative programming is controlled in our mind as a belief system, and this belief system comes and opens and start to work in and appear in our body in form of illnesses, in form of our mental diseases as well. So, if Dr. David Hawkins is saying, if we have allergies, if we have um food intolerance in our lifestyle, that is a reflection that there were or there are something happened in our mind when I was in childhood, when I was growing up, when I was younger. That happened on that time, and that thing which I need to focus on that, and that is the important point to know. Okay, even you know that, and you say, "Oh, I didn't have any belief in allergies, but I'm allergic." You Your conscious mind does not need to believe on allergies, but when your subconscious mind or when your previous life was doing this, then this negative energy in which you don't have control, they becomes store in your mind, and that storage is appearing in later life in form of different diseases. Okay, so that's why uh, belief system is very very important, and it runs through our life. So so this is the main thing which we can learn about, and let me check it if we can further read it. Uh, and that's why our childhood experience is so important to reshaping our current life, because in childhood we basically uh, have three main sources to learn. One is book, other is media or television or nowadays gadgets, and third thing is teacher. So whatever the teacher is telling us, okay, maybe the teacher remarks stored in our mind as a reality, but that unconscious mind reality may appear in later stage of life, and in that later stage of life we will feel the victim, and these unstored sorry, these leashed negative energy will appear in my body as allergies. And if you go in the science of allergies, you will know lot of allergies uh, many people have, and suddenly they start to have. For example, one of the allergies is hay fever. One other is many people are very intolerant about dairy products. Some people are very allergic of nuts uh, as well. Some people are allergies have allergies of some type of weather. Some people have allergies of certain type of stuff when they wear. So there are sort of and there are, I mean, hundreds of types of allergies. So these allergies, if they are appearing, it could be because of the environmental changes, but also it could be because of the unconscious programming and the experiences of your childhood when you um, stored in them in your body. So these all energies and experiences you may have from your teachers, your book, or from TV, or uh, from tablet. Okay, and that is written here. Uh, and let me read it for you. He's saying a lot of phenomena we see expressing in the body of the adult were picked up very early in the life from a chance remarks heard from the television or something misunderstood in a book or remark that a teacher made. Three things constitute suggestive programming and common belief systems and become conscious and when we begin to work on them. And and if you know that more people beliefs are formed in their childhood from their parents, from their society, from their teacher, from the book or literature they are attached with, from the media, television, drama, movies, soaps, documentaries, news channels, everything contributes in shaping your belief system. And that belief system is nothing but only other outside world's diffusion on your mind, outside world impact on your mind. So, in fact, the this dogmatic, we call it dogmatic belief system, which our mind thinks is basically is a symptom of falsehood. We should never be stick with any belief system. Okay, whether it is a religious belief system. Always remember the religion is also a formation of beliefs um, through centuries. Okay, for the name of God, for the. I'm not saying that the religious all beliefs are we not need to follow. Um I mean, ideally, yes, we need to avoid them um, until if they are not belief, if they are not dogmatic or static something, because the ultimate goal of any religion, whether it's Christianity, Islam, Hinduism, yogi, um, uh, or Buddhism, Sikhism, or even if you are atheist or you are agnostic. So all people they are meant to seek truth and follow the truth um, and see or know the ultimate reality and living and identifying and going into non-dual world. That goal basically was for mostly religious people or the founder of these religion when they started in that. But later generation they turn these innocent and spiritual efforts or spiritual quests of founders of the religion into religious institution, and then that's why the religious institutions are no more other than just a belief system, and that's why they mostly are not helping the people. In fact, they are adding uh, the the problems of the society rather than resolving the society. But yes, there are very dedicated religious people in all religion which are more prone towards reality or knowing the truth, and they have a different interpretation about the nature of the God, because they more believe on spirituality. They do not believe on any belief system as such. So uh, that's a different topic. I don't want to go here, but that all belief system which we have, they come through our childhood, and you need to know about uh, the television. The power of media is so influential in shaping our beliefs. The power of books, when we read them and then we try to apply in personal life, and that personal life is not only personal because we are attached with our outside world. That's why we are in this interpretation of of the book in different way. So, or a remarks that a teacher made. Teachers are so important in our life. I remember good teachers or more good teacher or bad teacher. They throughout influence the person life because more likely that we assume that all teachers are holy people, especially children. They even not imagine that the teachers can do mistakes. Uh, they they regard teachers like some ideal people, but they are not ideal, of course. But how our society is brought up and grown up or evolve in every aspect, including education system. Our teachers, whatever they even have a personal or social experiences, when they transfer to the children through their education, then those innocent children, they take these belief system of the teacher, uh, and that they become their belief system, and then the children take these old beliefs to and take it to their later life. And that, of course, if these old belief system, if they are dogmatic, they are static, and they do not improve um, further, they become appear in your mental illness or physical illness, in form of allergies, in form of diseases, in form of your failure. So that's why it's so important to teach uh, very seriously about, if you are really serious to, because you are reshaping a child's future life. Okay, so that's why you have to be very responsible if you are teaching something. At the same time, if you were in childhood, or if you are student, you need to select those teachers who are um, prone to not belief system, but they have a open mindedness, and they their approach is very different. They are more spiritual, they are more scientific, uh, they are more god fearing people. um, they are non-dual approach they have. But I know that it's very difficult to find those teachers in our life. um, even um, even if I get admission in any college or university, it's very different. Excuse me. It's very difficult for us to for me to find the proper teacher, the teacher who loves reality, who have philosophical dimension of their subject expertise, who is spiritual as well, who tend to know and detoxify all negative programming, and he or she may be living by those things. Um, Very difficult, but of course, you can find always whatever you will think and pursue or seek, you will definitely find those people, I believe. So, that is our topic for today. Next week, we will continue to read, and we will try to question ourselves and find the answer. What is nature of illnesses itself? How, where this illness come from? Um, One or two dimension we already learned in this class, and my previous 2 or 3 week before as well. But we will continue to learn uh, the nature of illness itself. What is actually illness? Okay. Um, and we will learn about from the map of consciousness, and that map of consciousness which Dr. David Hawkins um, formed and taught to the people through his books. Amazing map of consciousness. If you are my regular um, participant, I think you know that what I'm talking about. So yeah, that's it. So if you have any question or thought, please leave the comment below. I will try to answer it. I will try to work on what you have a thought. You can share this free class to your friend and family and help them to know that we are doing this important class. Um, and yeah, you can join my YouTube channel, my Facebook page, um, and even my blog post as well, where I do discuss a lot of things related with the applied psychology, philosophy. So a lot of things I cover with them. Uh, so that is the thing which we talking about. Um, so these are the important things which we need to learn about. Um, and if you have any question in your mind, we are happy to address. So important. So every, especially from the childhood point of view, that every child um, is influenced by television, media, internet, YouTube, whatever the program they watch, the book they read, they learn, um, whether they misunderstood the book as well, or and the teacher, the remarks of the teacher, the teaching, the agenda of the teacher when the teacher transfer the knowledge to the student. Actually, he or she is not transferring the knowledge, but actually he or she is transferring the attitude, the belief system. Uh, so students should not part of that belief system of their teacher in the school. Okay. However, if that is something which is always improve, uh, and it can be improved, then you need to follow those things. Otherwise, these are very um, disaster for the children, because children's future life usually the teachers reshape through books, through different resources. Like I said, we watch nowadays videos are so much educating the children in positive or negative ways, or that we have to take the control, because a lot of phenomena we see expressing in the body of the adult were picked up early life, from the chance remark heard on the television, or something misunderstood in a book, or a remark that the teacher made. So these things constitute suggestive programming and common belief system, and become conscious when we begin to work on them. So this is so important and crucial in the mind. So that's it for the today. So we did learn today about the belief system and memory, um, and also we learn about how this operative programming become part of our present time, um, and it revealed in on our body system through different allergies and diseases. So that's how we work on them. So all right, thank you very much for joining today's class. Like I said earlier, next week we will learn about what is the nature of illness itself, where this illness comes from. So that we will continue to read. So yeah, So thank you so much for joining me and see you next Sunday, next time, the same time. Okay, bye bye.
Peekaboo. Goodbye.
Bye bye, Javeria. Thank you.